Hello again. Aren't you lucky you've got 2 videos in 1 month? I decided rather than you hearing me walk from one end of the nursery to the other, I'd come and give a separate video of the reservoir, as it is this year. And yes, my lovely plans of sort of planting this up and what have you have kind of been thrown into disarray with the advent of a wet winter. And just goes to show you, well, the level has dropped quite a bit. If I zoom in over to where the logs are there, you couldn't see those earlier on. About a month ago the water level was at least another foot higher. It's dropped by about a foot in the last 6 weeks or so because we haven't had any sustained rainfall. But we've had, as a result of it being completely empty last year, we've got all sorts of things growing up through the water there, which has made me rethink the whole idea. And I'm going back towards, well, leaning towards keeping it a natural environment as much as possible. We've taken a lot of trees out and we'll continue to strip back the willow, and I'll do a bit of landscaping. We're going to knock the sides down by a couple of feet because this top, I'll walk along the top bit here. This bit here isn't too bad, but we do have an awful lot of rabbit warrens and what have you, so I have to be careful. If I fall flat on my face during the video, I might have to reshoot. But what I'll do is I'll walk you towards the north field. And pan round. The amount of dragonflies and all sorts of wonderful wildlife making use of this reservoir. So I think if I was to mess about with it too much, we might lose some of that. And yeah, like I say, I'm reluctantly letting go of the plans I had to develop it. Okay, so partly into the field here, where the boys cut back last year, David's been able to get in and mow and keep that more or less under. Had to do a bit more clearing, and he's currently, at the moment, it's so dull today, but our hedge along there he's been clearing back to the ditch, and we're trying to make some decisions on the trees along that boundary, what we keep, what we discard, what we chop down completely, or what we trim. I mean, we've got some poplar at the back there that's going to need attention. They might have to come out. And then 2/3 of the field is still heavily scrubbed. And then all the poplars, all of them, we've decided, are coming out. So all the rest of the poplars along the boundary are coming out. They're over 45 years old now, and they present a bit of a danger, and they don't root particularly deeply. You can take them right down to the bottom, and they should just die off rather than sprouting. What we're going to do, once we've chopped those all back, we're going to put a new hedge, well, call it a hedge, it's a windbreak and fencing in. But we've got to clear all the ground first before we can fell the trees into the field, and then the next phase of the project will begin, which is hard landscaping the area ready for planting trees and hostas. It's a very exciting project, and now they've finished harvesting the surrounding fields, we can start having a few bonfires, and the work will go fairly quickly, I'm hoping. Yeah, so we've got to get some heavy diggers in, get to work. And back round the reservoir again. It's lovely, you can see the bottom of it. It's cool.